Hello, dear members. I'm here with Bubbles the farm dog, and we are going to walk around the garden to see what's going on as we begin September, a very exciting time in the garden. So, as I've been mentioning in the newsletter, if you've been keeping up, Bubbles and the farm team have been working hard to get us sent off into fall with gusto and many happy plants in the ground. If you've been with us for some time, you've probably heard me say that when we're growing year-round, the fall is this pivotal moment because all of the food that we're going to continue to eat throughout the winter is really grown in the fall. You can kind of imagine it's like the garden is sort of our storehouse in the winter, and plants aren't really growing. Everything has done all its growing in the fall, and we're just keeping them happy in the field. So that means that right now, as the cool air begins to descend and the light begins to change, we have a lot of work to do to get everything ready. So let's see what's going on here. So in our center plot, we've got our fine community grower here, Lucas, watering in these beds. We got 4 beds of carrots here. The fall carrots, the winter carrots have got to be the hook of this whole thing. I remember the first real carrot I tasted and never looked back. So these beds here were cover crop, bit of a scrappy one, sun hemp millet. Then we smothered it with this tarp that's laying over there, and now they look like fresh beds ready to grow some carrots. So carrots are a finicky one. It's not always easy to get a solid stand, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed, and maybe Lucas is offering some quiet little prayers in his heart there as he's doing it. I forgot to sing to them while I was planting, so hopefully they're not going to be curmudgeoning about that. But anyways, fall carrots going in the ground. And over here we've got one bit of our broccolini planting going, and some beets and some rutabagas. Over here behind me is another area that we had a cover crop. So this was sun hemp, and really robust cover crop, grows thick. It's not related to hemp, but it is very fibrous like hemp, and I think it has been used to make rope, but it's a legume, so it's fixing nitrogen for us. So that did real well. We've mowed it now. We were supposed to get a big rain. It was very dry, and when we go to smother it, there needs to be moisture in it. And so, and there's so much about timing here that is just to give you an insight into the kind of dance that we're dealing with, right? So these 4 beds are going to become kale and some spinach, and that's sort of some of our winter workhorses, which we'll be needing to get in the ground. We're going to be eating them kind of December on, but we need to get them in the ground in the middle of September. And in order for the ground to be ready, we had to mow it down here at the end of August and get it tarp, but it's too dry to get tarp now. So either we would have to lug in some sprinklers and get the sprinklers going on there, or we were hoping we'd get a rain in here. And each day that we don't get it covered, it pushes back when we're going to be able to plant into it, and then can push back when we'd be able to harvest, and we can reach a tipping point. So probably soon we're going to have to hand water that and get that tarp on there so that cover crop can incorporate in here. Okay, here we are at the winter squash field. Pretty nice little patch here, so hopefully we'll have a good bit to be eating off over the winter. A nice storage crop. Definitely the sweet potatoes we walked past, of course, will carry us through the winter as well. We'll be gearing up in the not so distant future to begin some of the bigger harvests of that. And as we arrive here over in the east plot, we've got some more fall things coming along. First bed of salad mix. So the salad mix we try and catch in a window when there's a little bit cooler weather. So back before this last little heat wave, when it was sort of mid 80s, low 80s, we kind of tried to sneak it in there because it won't germinate above 85 degrees. So that's one of those ones where we're trying to sneak it in to make sure that we get U salad mix as soon as possible, because here in August, in this kind of heat, it's a bit of a dance to get that going so we can be eating it end of September. We've got our fall kale going on in the ground here. It's so cool to watch how quickly these plants rebound from being transplanted and how much they want to grow and nourish us. At the same time, a little example of the forever dance of us being not the only creatures which want to be eating these vegetables, so there's always that give and take going on. We can see more of that over here. Not sure actually who has been eating on this. Oh, there they are. Yeah, got this little caterpillar. Pretty amazing how much one little caterpillar can do on this broccolini plant. But overall, the stand is looking good here. Broccolini is one of my favorite fall crops. We have a pretty sizable planting this year, so hopefully more than enough to be sharing generous amounts with everyone over the course of the fall. Some parsnip beds, those will be a late winter joy for us. Pak choy, beets coming along, looking good. We've got more sweet potatoes. Asparagus is a future project. Be able to be harvesting in some next year, perhaps. So stick around. Yeah, so there was a few other plantings we didn't get to see there. The leeks have gone in the ground. We got cabbages and Brussels sprouts that will be transplanting tomorrow, and just many vegetables getting in the ground, beginning to grow for the fall and the winter. So, oh, and I walked right past the fennel and the chicory and the radicchio, but yeah, just to give you a sense of how things are looking out here right now. A lot of tiny little plants in beds we've been working hard to prepare. So it's a good time of year to be the farmer, and it's a beautiful evening here, and we hope you've been being nourished. And join us Tuesday if you're ever free at 1 p.m. for farm lunch. And if you have friends or neighbors who you think would enjoy some of the bounty that's going to be coming in, we're accepting new members and ready to weave people more into what's going on here. We're looking forward in the year to come to continue to find ways to connect folks to what we're doing out here and share in the magic of tending to the earth that is this farming we do. So grateful you're on the journey with us, and let's see what happens next.